Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is episode 3 of the Mastermind free Shopify course. Um, this course is for people who really want to become successful in e-commerce and make a full-time income from the Shopify. I uploaded a beginner's tutorial on how to design a Shopify store just from scratch using the overload strategy. If that's what you're interested in, go ahead and check that video. But in this particular course, we're covering like the superior method, which is starting a branded Shopify store. Most, if not like 80-90% of dropshipping stores are basically mediocre websites with like random products off of Aliexpress. They just like basically copy and paste the products using overload. Now this might work for a while and this might bring you some money, but it's just like literally not worth it. um, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with like customers emailing you about delays, and like it's just like not a nice business to have. While in this course, what I'm trying to teach you is how to run a successful brand. Like you're gonna have a brand, and if that's what you're interested in, then I congratulate you. You came to the right place. So let's go ahead and dive into the video. Now, for step one, in order for you to find a supplier, you gotta have like a product in mind, right? So if you haven't decided yet on what you want to sell, you gotta go back and check the two other videos that I posted before. Um, I was like basically talking about how to find a winning product for Shopify dropshipping. Now, finding a winning product is as important as finding a good supplier. So if you don't have a good product, like your store is not gonna bring a lot of revenue. So if you haven't, like you didn't decide yet, go back and check these videos and come back here so you can learn how to start a business relationship with a supplier. So let's dive in. As a first step, I want you guys to know and have in mind that on Aliexpress and Alibaba, there are like tons and tons of suppliers. So whatever product you have in mind, there are probably like 1 million suppliers on these websites. And I want you to understand that these suppliers are all more than happy to work with you, right? So, and not all of them are the same. They're like different qualities, different prices, different shipping times. So I want you to have in mind that like you gotta find the perfect one that perfectly suits your needs. So what I personally do is I use a certain criteria to contact suppliers and know which one works best for me and choose accordingly. I'll be showing you all of that in this video. But um, one thing to keep in mind that you can like contact more than one supplier, and you can keep like
It's 1
you
o'clock.
can order from like two suppliers just to keep one as a backup supplier. So in case something happens with your like main supplier, you'll still have like a plan B, right? So for step one, I want you to, as I said, choose a winning product. It is important, but not the most important step. You can literally sell anything, but like if you have like the right ad strategy and a nice store, but a winning product is going to make you rich. Step two is to go on AliExpress or Alibaba, whichever works better for you, and contact the suppliers using the template that I'm going to provide down in the description. So in this template, I'm going to be like, I listed a couple questions for the supplier to answer for you to determine if this supplier is like good for you, right? So like from my experience, I like probably in the last year I contacted more than like 500 suppliers for different products for sure. But like from that experience, I kind of knew, like I kind of realized that like Chinese suppliers are not fluent in English. Like they're not fluent, so it's kind of hard to communicate with them. So it's like you don't want to have like a messy template when you send them your questions. You want to have like a neat, organized um, sort of template so they would answer you. And the best way I found that works best for like contacting the supplier is to have your questions in either numbers or bullet points. I found out when you put your questions in bullet points, they reply perfectly. But when you like just have questions dispersed all over the email or like the message, they just like would ignore half of your questions. So step one is to send the supplier the message that I provided in the description. You just basically copy paste it and paste it into the message center in AliExpress or Alibaba, and make sure to edit your information. Like in the template, there are like blanks. There are like, I left like some places where it says your name or your number. So you gotta edit that and fill out your information. Make sure to do that, because otherwise the supplier is gonna see that you're like messing around and probably not respond to you. The second thing is you're gonna get a response from the supplier, and you're gonna get prices for the products. Once you get prices and get get your answers, what you want to do is order a sample. Now you want to order the sample because of two things. You want like to ensure that the quality is good, because you don't want to sell like a bad quality product, because as we mentioned, we want to make a brand, and you cannot make a quality brand without quality. And the second reason why you want to order samples is because you want to send your product to photographers, or like you can like do it yourself. You want to shoot ads for Facebook ads. You want to shoot some footage so you can edit like a nice video to advertise on Facebook. Now the plan, after shooting the advertisement, what you're gonna do is basically drop ship regularly, like what these drop shipping stores with Overload do, but instead of using Overload, you're just gonna contact the supplier. Now, the reason why this is better than Overload is because once you contact the supplier, once you establish that relationship, you're gonna like in the message, you're gonna tell them that you're a big store. You're gonna make yourself look bigger in order for them to prioritize you over other stores. Because like if the supplier thinks that you're actually a big store, they never ask. They never ask you about like your store name or anything. So if the supplier knows that you're a big store, they would wanna improve the relationship, because they're interested in making sales, and they know you while they don't know the guys that are like doing the overload thing. So if it takes them 10 days to ship the order for like the guys on overload, they're gonna prioritize yours and ship it in like 2 days. So once you start drop shipping, this is like drop shipping non-branded, just like any other store. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna test the product for like around 2-3 weeks, and if it works, if it gets revenue, if it starts working and it starts getting sales, the demand on the product is proven. What you're gonna do is order in bulk from the same supplier, and ask them to put your logo on the product. Now, most of these suppliers are gonna have a minimum order quantity for like a logo to be printed on your product, but as I said, they're gonna be lenient with you, because they're gonna know that you're serious about it, especially with this template that I'm providing you. It looks professional. They're gonna know that you're like interested in long-term business, and it's gonna work perfectly. Now, even if at the beginning they were like, oh, you need like 5,000 products to put your logo on them, it's okay. Just ship without the logo and make sales in order to scale and increase your revenue until you reach the minimum order quantity that they ask for to print your logo. Once you start ordering in bulk, you cannot manually fulfill like the orders. So what you're gonna do, and in order for you to stand out, you don't want to offer like 2 weeks delivery like all other drop shipping stores. So what you're gonna do is contact a fulfillment agency like ShipBob. So what basically happens is that you buy products of the supplier ships them to the fulfillment agency like ShipBob, and then what these guys do is that they repackage your product in a nicer way, and they take care of shipping your product. They drop ship it for you. It's not drop shipping, but like they ship your product from their center to like the customer, and in that way you're gonna have like 2-3 days delivery in the US, around 5 to 6 days to Canada, and probably like 1 week to Europe. That way you're already like standing out, and you're not gonna have to worry about customers calling you and emailing you complaining about delays and things like that. So you'll be able to have faster delivery, and customers are gonna be happy. You're gonna have free marketing through the word of mouth. People are gonna talk about your products, and yeah, you're gonna have a lot of revenue. So you can scale and become bigger and bigger until you acquire a lot of money to start a new brand, possibly, and repeat the whole process. So the best way I found to get a better price and to negotiate prices with AliExpress or Alibaba suppliers is to pretend that you are not the owner of the company. So in the template, I'll show you right now. Um, I'll show you the template right now. So if we go to the template right here, Safari, right? So dear sirs, add their company name. My name is blah blah blah, and I'm the purchasing agent at. Put your company's name here. When you say that you're like a purchasing agent, they're gonna think that you're like a middleman between the owner of your company and their company. So when they give you a price, let's say they told you $20 per piece. So you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna tell my boss and get back to you. You go away for like 5-10 minutes and then you reply again and be like, yo, my boss refused this offer. Unfortunately, we cannot pay more than like $18, for example. And they might be okay with that. Like, be fair about it. You can't just like be like, oh, I want like a $12 discount on that. Like just be fair about it. And then what we're gonna say is that our company specializes in selling, let's say, electronics. We currently sell here. You're gonna put like a big number. Never say that you're a beginner. If you say you're a beginner, nobody's gonna pay attention to you and nobody's gonna sell you. Like, they're not gonna take you seriously. That's what I did in the beginning, and that was like why I wasn't getting any responses from suppliers. They're not interested in starting a business with a beginner. They want to start with somebody who already has sales, and they don't ask about it. Like, when you say I have like 5,000 orders, they're not going to tell you give us proof. Like, they're interested in making business, so they're not going to say that. And it's perfectly normal, even for big stores, like for the ones that are getting 5,000 orders. It's perfectly fine for you to order samples and just test the product at first. But just like say that you're a big company, so they would treat you and prioritize you. So what you're gonna say is that I'm very interested in like, establish this early on. I want to establish a long-term business relationship with your company because I like your products. If everything is good, we're gonna send you an Excel sheet with each customer's information, like name, address, and the product they want to order, and have you process each order individually by sending each customer their appropriate product. And then what they're going to do is send us a bulk invoice of all the orders that they made. And what we're going to do is pay through PayPal or Alipay. I prefer to use PayPal because, like, if something happens, it never happened with me, but like it might happen. Like, most likely not, but like, just to be safe, I like to pay with PayPal. And if not PayPal, you can use Alipay. Alipay protects you too. And then you can say, please let us know if you're interested in forming this business relationship. And then here, you're going to put your questions. So the first question is that, like, you're going to tell them that you're selling a large number of products. So you want to ask if they offer bulk dropshipping. Like what we were talking about, like dropshipping many products at a time. Second question is blind dropshipping available? What blind dropshipping is them sending the product without listing their company name, or like a lot of times if you order from AliExpress or Alibaba, they would put like a marketing flyer with like different products that you can buy, and this looks so unprofessional. If you're like you have a website and you look professional and then they sent them like a flyer in Chinese, like, customers are going to ask you for a refund for sure. And then the next thing, you want to ask if they can print your logo, and you ask about the minimum order quantity. Like, basically that means is that if they have a MOQ, that means that you cannot order less than the MOQ. And then the last question, you want to ask if they're able to send an invoice for like the whole thing, and then you pay the whole invoice instead of paying individually. So the last thing, you want to add your WhatsApp or WeChat. This is like WeChat is basically like Messenger in China. So like some suppliers only use WeChat, but a lot of them recently hopped into WhatsApp. And so add your number here. Make sure to make an account. It's completely for free. And then at the end, just like put your name, the name of the company, and that's it. Just copy paste this and send it. I'll show you now. So what we're gonna do is basically pretend that we're an employee so we can negotiate prices. The second thing, we always want to look big. Third thing, we want to ask for the price if we order like a lot of products so they would take us seriously. And the fourth thing, we want to make sure to contact more than one supplier to make sure that the price we're getting is fair. Like, don't be lazy about it. This is a long-term business relationship, and like even a $2 difference, if it's the same product, the same quality, like order samples from 5 suppliers. It's okay. Like invest $50 or like whatever it is. Invest and test the product for yourself. If they're all the same, you can just order it from the cheapest price, right? Or you can choose the best one, right? You don't like, this is a long-term relationship, so even a little bit is gonna make a difference. So the next thing I want you guys to understand, and this is super important, there are like 3 types of sellers on Aliexpress and Alibaba. So basically there's like the manufacturer, which is like the factory that makes the products. The second thing is the manufacturer / trader. So these are like factories that have like trading licenses. So these factories ship outside China, and this is the one we want to like look for basically. And the third type is traders. Traders are the worst thing you can like come across, because what they do is buy stuff from the manufacturer. They're like regular people in China. They don't own a factory or anything. What they basically do is go and buy products from the manufacturer and sell them for like a lot higher on Aliexpress. Some of them have fair prices, but just like be aware that sometimes you might see like, let's say phone case, the same phone case, the manufacturer is selling it for $2 and then the trader is selling it for like $6 for no reason. Some people think it's like a higher quality, and that's why we order samples, because sometimes it's just literally the same product. Just because he's a trader, he wants to make a commission, he'll take a higher price. So be aware of that. So let's go ahead on Aliexpress and look for products. So we're on Aliexpress now, and let's search for, like, as you might know, like I'm a big fan of like the electric BlendJet Shopify store, because it's very successful and it's a very good brand. Okay, once we search, like once you decide on a brand, you search it up and then you press on orders. You want to sort them by orders. You want to see which one is selling the best, and you want to look for something that is selling well. And plus, you want to look at your competitor and what you want to do is like look at the product and get something that is similar, of the same quality or higher. You don't want something lower quality, because like if this thing is working, if it made a brand, so it's a good product. Like it might not be the best product to sell right now, but this is just like an example. So when you're like looking for a product, you want to like look for something of a high quality, because we're making a brand. Remember that. Always have that in mind. So for this one, I know it's a high quality because it's selling, so I'll go ahead on Aliexpress and search for the same thing. I think this one is the same and this one is the same. Like they're literally the same thing. This one is the same too. This one is the same. So I wouldn't want to sell something like that, because I don't know if it's like working, even though it has like a lot of sales here, but like I don't know if it's working. It's not proven to work on Shopify. So let's go ahead and press on this one and see if this supplier is good, right? So we scroll down. The first thing you want to look at on Aliexpress, like the criteria on Aliexpress and Alibaba is different. I'll show you how to look for a good supplier on both. On Aliexpress, as you can see, the rating for this guy is 92%. Now 92% is not very good. What we want to look for is like 95 plus. Like it's good, but like I prefer to play on the safe side and go for 95 plus. So what you will also want to look at is their reviews. So scroll down on reviews and just take a look. You see if like the shipping times, like whatever, like go for like the one and see what they're saying. They didn't receive their product. Very sad. Like you just take a look and never receive. That's not good. Like We don't want that to happen with us, right? So let's look at another one. Like 92% is not bad. He might be a good guy, but like I just like to play on the safe side. So let's go and look at this one. This one already looks more professional from here. Here we go, 96% positive feedback. That's the criteria, and a minimum like 1,200 orders is good, and 4.7 is good. They barely have any one-star reviews. So like I think this one is a better seller. So what we want to do if we want to contact them is hit this one right here and go ahead and copy the template that I provided. So we go here, we copy the template as is, and then you paste it right here. And then you edit everything and you go ahead and send it. Once you receive a reply, like you send the same template to many stores, just make sure that you're getting a fair price, because prices are like all over the place. So just like edit it, send it to 5-6 of them, and once you get the answers, order the samples and test the product for yourself. See which one is the best and choose the supplier accordingly. Now let's look at Alibaba. For Alibaba, it's a different story. So we go on alibaba.com and search for the same electric blender. As you saw, it was like $20 for like this electric blender. Electric blender. I typed in electric. Right. This one looks good, and it might work because it's basically close to what the other one looks like. I would also order a sample. Like as I told you, you're trying to start a brand, so invest some money in like testing the quality. So let's go ahead and search for it. Like, let me put in portable electric blender. Okay, we scroll down a little bit. I think this one is the same one. As you saw, it was like $20 over there, and here it's like $6. It's a big difference, but there's like a minimum order quantity here. In order for me to find like a good supplier on Alibaba, you want to check this one, trade assurance and verified. On Aliexpress, it's much safer because the platform guarantees you that you get your product. If you don't, they give you a refund. But on here, it's a different story. So unless it's a trade assurance, unless it has this one, Alibaba won't guarantee that your product will get to you. Another thing, the verified thing is not necessary, but I like it because what verified means is that Alibaba company sends inspectors to the factory and checks the quality. So if it's verified, it means that like it's a better quality. It doesn't necessarily mean that like people on that are not verified like lower quality, but it's just like a guarantee. Oh, here we go. This is the same one. So we go on here, and you can know if this guy is a trader or is a if he's a manufacturer. Look, like we can scroll down and look at here, right here, estimated time 7 to 10 days. Okay, you look at this data and see like how long shipping is gonna take, but also you want to send them a message and like contact the supplier and send them the same thing that I showed you before. So the way their names are like structured in China, like Chinese companies, first of all, they have the country that they're in. So these guys are in Shenzhen. This is the city, and then this is their name, and then there's their niche. That's how they structure the names. Okay, let's go. This guy doesn't say if it's a trader or if it's like a factory. It looks like a factory to me, but I'm not sure. But like, let's look at another store. Okay, so here we go. It's the same. No, it's not. So you go on here. And as you can see, this is also like it's the structure of the thing. They have like the city name, and then the name of they chose, and then the country, then the niche. So we go ahead and contact all of these suppliers, and you want to make sure that the price that you're getting is fair in comparison to the relative price on the platform. Don't compare Alibaba to AliExpress, because Alibaba is like a bulk order, but compare Alibaba to Alibaba. Like compare the prices on Alibaba to other, like the same product on Alibaba. If you see like most of them are like around the $7, and then you see like a $15 one, it's not necessarily a higher quality, it's just maybe a trader. So just be aware of that. Like 1 year is not a very good time. Like I prefer to work with suppliers that's been selling for like longer. Like this guy's been selling for 4 years. That's much better for me. 95% of the time on-time delivery, that's a good thing. You don't want to work with a brand new supplier. So that's it for like finding a supplier. It's basically simple. Just like to wrap it up, as we said, the plan is to find the product. First of all, find the product, and then finding the supplier, finding different suppliers, sending them the template, getting the prices, ordering samples, shooting ads, testing the quality, shooting ads, running ads. Like you see the demand, and like by that time you don't order in bulk. You're just like drop shipping like every other store. Once you prove the demand, you order in bulk, you establish a relationship with the fulfillment agency, and you offer faster delivery rate, faster delivery times, and that's when you're like start like a real brand. That's like literally like 1 month to 2 months from starting. So make sure to follow these steps accordingly, and you are going to be able to scale and become successful. Make sure to contact the supplier, as I mentioned, with the exact template. This template is from my experience, so it works. I'm sure it worked for me like the best. Like before I like made this template, I used to send like random messages, and like trust me, suppliers know if you're a beginner or like a professional from your message. So make sure to send the professional message, and don't be afraid to make yourself look bigger, and never say that you're the owner, right? And make sure to get a fair price. As we talked about, there are like 3 types of sellers, and if you're buying from Alibaba later, make sure it's trade assurance, and try to pay with PayPal, because PayPal is safer. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.